Hey guys, before this video begins, I want everyone to go down to the description section below and hit that link to go subscribe to Golden Scouter. The guy makes some really awesome content and some of the most original stuff this community has ever seen, so please make sure to go support him. But with that being said, enjoy the video.
Hello everyone, it is I, the Golden Scouter, bringing you another Dragon Ball Super discussion. So today we're going to be talking about the Limit Breaker form, and who is we? Introduce yourself, Mark from Reel to Reel Productions. How are you doing today?
I'm supposed to introduce myself after you introduce me. What's up, man? Always great to be here. Thanks for having me. This is a really awesome topic. I've not really thought about it until you actually told me this. And given my history with the Yu Yu Hakusho franchise, as you said, I'll let you talk about it. But man, like, this is a great topic. I hope everyone is enjoying this situation.
Yeah, I hope you're all enjoying it too, everyone. So should this Limit Breaker form, or whatever this form is going to be called, should it be a permanent transformation for Goku, or should it be something that Goku only unlocks during special circumstances? A lot of people have been speculating that once Goku and Jiren are done fighting, what's going to happen? Like, is Goku just going to be passed out or something like that? Like, is Goku going to be able to access this form again on his own, or is he going to be able to access this only in special circumstances? So, what me and Reel to Reel Productions were talking about before this particular recording is, we thought that it might be better if Goku obtains this form only in special circumstances. And kind of like what I was saying about Yu Yu Hakusho, what he was saying about it, if you've never seen Yu Yu Hakusho, I mean, there are spoilers right here. Yusuke, it was revealed to be a demon in that franchise, and he was possessed by Raizen during his fight with Sensui. And he received powers way beyond his normal limits. And the thing about those powers that he received, he only received those powers during two occasions. One, during the fight with Sensui, and two, during the fight with Yomi. So to me, my reasoning is that if Yusuke would have had that form, or basically that state unlocked all the time, it might not have been so special, or it might have been too much in the franchise, at least for that point, power-wise, just for Yusuke to have that form all the time. So my reasoning is that Goku having the Limit Breaker form accessible at all times might take away everything from his previous transformations, such as Blue, or God, or even just regular Super Saiyan. So I think that a good approach to take with this form is for Goku to have it maybe 1 or 2 times during this tournament under whichever special circumstance, because we've seen from that summary, another spoiler warning guys, if you haven't seen it, something terrible is going to happen during the special, and a lot of people have been speculating that this is going to be the thing which causes Goku to transform into his quote-unquote Limit Breaker form. So, what do you have to say about this, Mark?
You know, the one thing about this particular form that I feel like has a lot of the fan base kind of saying an aha moment, or just kind of a, oh man, it was planned all along, or something else like that, is the very fact that it seems to have the spiky hair, not necessarily the same type of spiky hair that Super Saiyan has, or Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, whatever you want to talk about with that. It definitely has somewhat of that aspect or that quality, but considering the fact that the hair color doesn't change, really kind of puts us on edge about whether or not the end of Dragon Ball Z still makes sense, about whether or not Goku would transform against fighting Oob and how he was going all out and everything else like that. A lot of people believe that Goku's base form becomes the epitome of his transformation, and maybe this is actually the step that we're going for this particular situation. I'm not necessarily sure about that, and I like what you're talking about here, that this is just one of those forms. I'm not necessarily sure if it's the same thing as Super Saiyan Rage, but considering the only thing that we've seen from Super Saiyan Rage is from Future Trunks at this point, we're not necessarily sure whether that power could be conjured up immediately in any given point. We kind of saw the same thing with Super Saiyan, and we saw the same thing with Super Saiyan 2 back in the day, where basically Vegeta or Goku and Frieza were fighting. Goku goes out of his Super Saiyan form, at least in the anime, as far as I remember, and also goes back into his Super Saiyan form when it's time, when Frieza basically starts attacking him. And of course, we see Gohan also repower up in the anime as well into his Super Saiyan 2 form. potentially this could be, like you said, like maybe once or twice throughout this tournament where you feel the power, you kind of bring out the power yet again. But as you said, there's not necessarily something that's drawing that power every single time. There's not this dire situation where someone is going to get taken out, someone's going to get hurt, Goku's going to get hurt, or see something that he doesn't want to see that's going to push this power out of him every single time. So honestly, I really like the idea that this particular form, whatever it be, the strongest form that Goku could potentially get, not necessarily be a mainstay in the series. In fact, I feel like this form having a mainstay in the series would do a lot to undermine the concept of Super Saiyan God, considering the fact that Goku, and as they said, and you've said spoilers before, as they said, this is a new ki altogether. We've never ever even seen this ki. So Goku getting this particular form, if it's not God ki, undermines God ki. And considering the fact that this whole series was based around the concept of God ki so far, I feel like that does damage to the show instead of giving us something else to look forward to and something else to explain or try to interpret as a fan base. If this is only shown once or twice or maybe even 3 times later down the line, then it gives a lot more mystery to that particular form, and I think a lot of us will find that better than if that becomes a mainstay of Dragon Ball and Goku's form.
Yes, and I agree with that. And another thing is that Goku can sit there after an arc and have this kind of challenge where he's just like, what was that form? What can I do to unlock that form naturally? And it also gives a chance to where maybe in a future arc, Vegeta unlocks that form for himself. Because if Goku has that form all along, if Vegeta obtains it, it's kind of like whenever Vegeta obtains Super Saiyan 4 in GT. Yeah, it was really cool that Vegeta obtained that form, but it wasn't as impactful because Goku already had Super Saiyan 4 already accessible, and then at the same time we knew that Goku was already that much more powerful than Vegeta at that point. So to me, I think that this gives a chance to where maybe Vegeta can unlock that form in a future arc, and where Vegeta could have that moment where he is above Goku in that time and point.
Yeah, and as I've said before, not to go off completely on topic, but one of the things I said before is that it's potentially that they're flipping the script as it were, considering the fact that me and a majority of the other YouTubers or just Dragon Ball fans in general, yourself included, feel like Gohan is the one who's supposed to actually be getting the rage boost. It would be interesting to see Goku actually get the rage boost, and then Gohan sometime down this line, or maybe even Vegeta, get a similar, if not perfected, transformation based off of calmness, as we've seen Piccolo talk about from time to time. Is like, or before this tournament even really began, with, look, you get really strong because you get angry, but it clouds your judgment, it clouds your power, your true power. Why don't you just kind of calm down and then you'll figure out your true power there. I personally think that would be pretty interesting considering the direction that this particular arc is going. So yeah, I feel like it'd be interesting to have Goku be the one who achieves this form first, maybe because he's the protagonist of the show and you really can't kind of do him dirty like that. You can't just have him not be useful or not necessarily get the new transformation first, the same way that they allowed Gohan to get the Super Saiyan 2 transformation before Goku in the Cell arc, because they had been building up that the entire arc. But you have Goku get this transformation first, and then you have Gohan or someone else come back and actually perfect it, as you're saying, either Vegeta or Gohan or someone else, and then you kind of allow that to transpire, and then you have Goku learning how to do it later, and not necessarily be the person who brings that transformation forward like he did with Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan 4 if you're looking at Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah, definitely. I just think that if Goku were to have this form permanently, it kind of confirms a lot of the people who have been criticizing this form, saying well, what are we going to do after this form is achieved? Blue is already shown to be the epitome of power. Nobody in the universe can challenge this. And then we're already here at this multiversal tournament, and Goku is unlocking this form, or whatever it is, the Limit Breaker form, at least what people are calling it. If Goku has that form unlocked at all times, it just seems like that there's nobody else who can challenge him. So Goku unlocking that form only under special circumstances at least seems like the logical choice for me. Or at least, like, Goku and Vegeta could fuse into Vegito. Like, those two things seem like the two most pinnacle of power whenever it comes to this series. And if Goku and Vegeta could fuse into Vegito at all times, that would be boring. And if Goku had the epitome of power of all time, that'd be kind of boring too. I mean, that's one of the reasons why people criticize GT, because nobody besides Goku was really that involved. So I think that this Limit Breaker form being accessible at all times would kind of turn Super into what everyone was criticizing GT about, Goku being the only one who stands a chance.
I completely agree with that, and one of the things is when you put Goku on the top of that pedestal, you really have to push the story forward even that much quicker than would naturally be allowed. I mean, we've already seen this situation occur so many times in even Dragon Ball Super's run, where they pushed so quickly past the Super Saiyan God ritual into Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue because of the movie's interpretations of that story and retelling that story. They didn't necessarily give it enough time to actually even explain one transformation to another. They've kind of written themselves into a corner, whether it was intentional or not intentional with Super Saiyan Blue, either to promote this particular form that they were creating, I guess, in the future, or whether or not they realized that because of what they wrote, they had to create a new form in order to give Goku that much more of an edge on all of his peers, really kind of hampers the story down. So I really hope that they didn't just do all of this as a matter of fact that they're going to take this form and make it the new look and the new transformation to push forward this particular series, and would allow Goku to stay that much more ahead of every single person in the show. I really hope, like you're saying, they take this form, use it very sparingly, and whenever it's absolutely necessary for Goku to break it out. And then, and only then, do we see it.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. But guys, I think that this is where we're going to end the video for today, so make sure to go and sub to Reel to Reel Productions. I'm going to leave the link to both of his channels in the description below. One to his Dragon Ball channel and the other to his movie, box office, and TV show reviews. With that being said, make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you think. Do you think that the Limit Breaker form should be a mainstay in the series, be a permanent transformation in Goku's arsenal, or do you think it should be appearing only in special circumstances? We really want to hear your opinions, so be sure to comment down below. But with that being said, you all have a good day and continue to enjoy Dragon Ball Super.